Why you forget everything and the system to remember it all. If you've ever stared at a page for an hour and remembered none of it, if names vanish seconds after you hear them, if you walk into a room and your mind goes blank, this isn't a flaw in your brain. It's a flaw in the system you're using. Starting right now, you're going to install a new system, one that turns anything you care about into clear, lasting memories. And as you listen, you'll also train your English with real, simple sentences that stick. By the end, you won't just know how memory works, you'll feel it working for you. Let's begin. Most people secretly believe they're born with a bad memory. They say, "I'm just not that smart," and then they live down to that story. Here's the real story. Your memory isn't broken. It's untrained. Think of your mind like a library. Every new idea is a book. If you throw books onto the floor, you'll lose them. If you label them, shelve them, and revisit them, you'll find them instantly. Short-term memory is a whiteboard that gets wiped fast. Long-term memory is a bookshelf that keeps what matters. The shift begins when you stop blaming your brain and start building better shelves. And the first shelf you need is the one almost everyone ignores: attention. You cannot remember what you never really noticed. That's harsh, but it's also freeing. Your memory starts at the moment your attention locks in. Imagine paying a taxi, stepping out, and forgetting the license plate 2 minutes later. You didn't forget, you never encoded it. Your thoughts were already inside your phone, your dinner plans, your notifications. Do one tiny thing differently. Pause for 3 seconds. Look. Name what you see. Whisper it. White Toyota, plate 8473. Those 3 seconds are a key turning in a lock. When you meet someone new, don't just nod at their name. Say it back. Nice to meet you, Jason. Link it to a feature. Jason, sharp jawline, action movie vibe. Repeat it once more in the flow of conversation. You're not being awkward, you're being deliberate. Attention is the doorway. Memory only walks through a door that's open. In a world that trains you to skim, this one habit makes you dangerous. And once the door is open, you need to give your brain something it actually likes to keep. Your brain doesn't think in text, it thinks in pictures. When I say elephant, you don't see the letters. You see gray skin, a trunk, maybe dust rising under giant feet. Words are abstract. Images are sticky. This is why names, vocabulary, dates, and formulas dissolve when you treat them like bare facts. Translate them. Convert words into images that move, make noise, and cause a feeling. Meet someone named Lily? Imagine a crown of white lilies woven into her hair. Need milk, eggs, and batteries? See a giant milk carton juggling glowing eggs while a battery hums like a tiny rocket. The sillier the better. Your brain tags the unusual as important. Add sound. Add smell. Add a tiny pinch of emotion. Give English words a scene, not just a meaning. Resilience becomes a rubber ball hitting a wall and bouncing higher. Serendipity becomes opening a random book and a passport falling out. Your future trip suddenly possible. When you can see it, you can keep it. But pictures get even more powerful when you connect them in a chain. Lists are weak because they float. Stories are strong because they link. Your mind loves cause and effect, even when it's ridiculous. Take a random set of items and connect them with motion. A giant apple falls and startles a horse, which steals a jacket, which melts a candle, which floods the room with ice cream, which turns into a cloud raining socks, which knock over a chair that grows into a tree where a monkey laughs and hands you a key. It's not serious, it's memorable. That chain gives your brain a path to walk. Use this to remember to-do lists, steps in a process, vocabulary clusters, even the beats of a presentation. Every link should push the next link forward. Don't worry about logic, worry about energy. If the scene moves, your recall moves with it. But stories do something else too. They bring in feeling, and feeling is rocket fuel for long-term storage. Emotion is the signal that tells your brain, save this. You don't remember what you wore last Wednesday, but you remember the day a stranger's compliment lifted your whole week. Attach even a small emotion to what you learn, and it goes deeper. Studying a history date? Don't memorize the number. Stand in that moment for 10 seconds. Hear the music stop. Feel the cold water. Feel the courage, the fear, the surrender, the love. That human layer locks the data in place. For boring material, manufacture micro-emotions. Turn a triangle into a slice of pizza you only get half of. The pain of the missing half burns in the formula 1/2 times base times height. Turn a dry definition into a personal vow. Discipline is remembering what you want. Say it to yourself in a moment you need it. The point isn't to dramatize life. The point is to give meaning a body so your brain can hold it. Then, when you've encoded with attention, images, story, and emotion, you need time to do the heavy lifting for you. One-time learning is fake learning. Without review, your mind lets go, fast. This is not a failure, it's design. The fix is simple and unbelievably powerful: spaced repetition. Review just as you're about to forget, not when everything is still fresh. Here's an easy rhythm. Learn it now, review in 1 hour, review tomorrow, then 2 days later, then 4, then 1 week, then 2 weeks. Each quick revisit thickens the path like layering paint until the color won't fade. Use apps if you want, Anki, Quizlet, or use sticky notes and a calendar. Keep it lightweight. 5 to 10 cards a day beats 50 once a week. When learning English, don't just read the word. See it, say it, use it, and then chase it across days. The goal isn't to work harder, it's to work on the right day. And there's a special time of day that acts like a memory multiplier. Your brain decides what to keep while you sleep. The librarian in your head does its filing at night. If your last 10 minutes are random videos and stray arguments, you're telling the librarian, this is important. Keep the noise. Replace the final scroll with a final pass. Whisper the 5 key ideas you want to keep. Visualize them once. Feel a tiny wave of pride. I'm building something. Then sleep. You don't need an hour, you need intention. That last review marks your memories with a Save Me label. You wake up lighter because the most valuable parts of yesterday survived the night. Combine this with one more physical habit, the kind that turns vague understanding into something your hand can hold. Writing is the save button of the mind. Typing is fast, but handwriting forces clarity. When you write a new word, a quote, a formula, the motion slows your thoughts just enough to restructure them. Don't copy. Summarize. Put it in your language. If you're learning English, create a small template. Word, personal sentence, tiny story, one feeling. Example: resilience. After failing the test, I studied smarter and tried again. I felt steady. That is 10 times stickier than a dictionary line. Build a pocket notebook of things you refuse to lose. When pages fill up, you'll see a visible map of your mind. More important, you'll see yourself keeping promises to your future self. And the fastest way to test all of this is to stop reading and try remembering with nothing in front of you. Active recall is the most honest teacher. Close the book, flip the card, hide the answer, and pull it out of your head raw. It will feel harder than rereading. That's the point. Struggle is not a sign something is wrong. Struggle is the workout that grows the memory muscle. After a page, tell the wall what you just learned. After a video, explain it out loud in 60 seconds. After a chapter, write 5 bullet points from memory, then check and repair. Create tiny quizzes for yourself. For vocabulary, look at the word and produce the meaning and one fresh sentence. For concepts, ask, what problem does this solve? For names, close your eyes and rebuild the face, the feature you tagged, the first sentence you said to them. Retrieval builds retention. Reading builds comfort. Choose retention. You can do this anywhere because you need nothing except your attention and 20 seconds of honesty. And when you want to feel like your memory borders on superhuman, walk into a place you already know and turn it into a palace. Your brain is built to remember places. You can still walk through your childhood home in your head, the door handle, the first step that creaks, the window that sticks in winter. Use that map. Pick a location you know, your apartment, your school, your favorite cafe, and place ideas along a route. Make each idea loud and a little ridiculous. Memorizing the planets? Mercury is sizzling on the stove. Venus sprays pink perfume over the sink. Earth spins in the bathtub. Mars throws red dust across the bed. Jupiter bounces like a huge balloon on your balcony. Saturn's ring spins around your lamp. Uranus shivers as an ice cube on your chair. Neptune splashes at the front door. Walk the route. The order stays. Use this for speeches, exam lists, frameworks, even routines. Keep the same palace for the same category so you don't mix things. The more you walk it, the more it becomes a real place you can visit in seconds. And there's one more acceleration trick that doubles everything you learn without adding time. Teach what you learn, immediately. When you explain an idea, your brain must rebuild it from within. That act of building carves the memory deeper than passive review ever could. You don't need a classroom. Tell a friend. Send a voice note. Post a short summary. Teach your future self by writing a 3-line note that you could understand a year from now. If you're learning English, teach a word and give a fresh example from your day. If you're studying a concept, teach the one problem it solves and one common mistake. Teaching is remembering twice, once for the world, once for you. Make it small and fast. The habit matters more than the audience. And now, before we close this system, we have to clear the one obstacle that quietly destroys all the others. A crowded mind can't keep anything. If everything gets in, nothing stays. Information overload isn't just annoying, it erases the important. You plan a simple list: milk, bread, apples, soap, and then drown your attention in 50 posts, 10 messages, 3 headlines, and a random rabbit hole. By the time you reach the store, your list is gone. That's not stupidity. That's bandwidth. Protect your mental space like you protect your home. Start your day before screens. Breathe for 1 minute. Name the top 3 things your future self will care about tonight. Mute accounts that add noise. Create a learning window where your phone is in another room. Journal at night to empty your head onto paper so sleep can file what matters. Say no to content you won't remember tomorrow. You're training your mind to value depth over volume. The result is immediate. More calm, more focus, more recall. Memory doesn't only depend on techniques. It depends on room to breathe. Give it room. Now tie the system together. First, attention. Pause, look, label, repeat once. Second, imagery. Turn words into pictures with motion, sound, and feeling. Third, story. Chain ideas into a scene that pulls you forward. Fourth, emotion. Attach a feeling, even a tiny one, to anchor meaning. Fifth, spaced repetition. Light, quick reviews at smart intervals. Sixth, last 10 minutes. Mark a few ideas for the librarian before sleep. Seventh, writing by hand. Press save with your pen. Eighth, active recall. Close the tab and pull it out raw. Ninth, mind palace. Place ideas in rooms and walk the route. 10th, teach fast. One explanation locks it in. 11th, protect bandwidth. Build a mind you'd want to live in. You don't need all 11 at once. Pick 3 today. Add a 4th next week. Systems beat moods. Routines beat motivation. Small, repeatable actions beat grand promises every time. Let's practice live for less than a minute so you feel the difference. Choose one English word you like. Let's use consistency. Picture a metronome ticking on your desk. Hear it. Feel the steady beat. Now a short story. Every tick is a tiny step you take even when you don't feel like it, and each step lays a stone on a path. Add emotion. Imagine the relief of stepping onto a path you built yourself. Write one line. Consistency builds trust in myself. Teach it. Say to your screen, consistency means small actions repeated. Today, I'll study for 10 minutes, not 2 hours once. Tonight, whisper it before sleep. Tomorrow, say it again after breakfast. You just used attention, image, story, emotion, writing, teaching, spaced repetition, and night review in under 60 seconds. This is not theory. It's a stack of tiny moves that change how your brain treats information. If you want this to stick for life, connect it to identity. Not, I hope I remember more, but I am the kind of person who remembers what matters. Identity is the quiet script that runs beneath all the others. Keep a visible cue. A small card on your desk with 3 words. Pause. Picture. Repeat. Each time you see it, you execute the habit in front of you. When you catch yourself saying, I have a bad memory, correct it in real time. I'm building a better system. When you forget, review without drama. Forgetting is part of remembering. The only thing that breaks the system is the story that you're broken. You're not. You're learning to use the machine you live in. Here's how to use this video to improve your English while you upgrade your memory. Choose 5 words from what you heard: resilience, consistency, serendipity, recall, overload. For each, draw a tiny image. Write 1 clean sentence from your life. Speak that sentence out loud once in the morning and once before bed. On day 2, do it again and add 1 new sentence for 1 word. On day 3, explain 1 word to a friend. On day 4, quiz yourself with your notebook closed. On day 5, put all 5 words into a tiny story about your week. That's all. You'll have those words forever. Not because you forced them, but because you built them into your days. If you're preparing for exams, build a 1-page map for each chapter. Center idea in the middle, 5 branches for the 5 biggest points, 1 sentence each in your own words. No highlighting without rewriting. After each study block, close the book and speak for 60 seconds. What did I learn? Why does it matter? What's 1 example? Put the hardest facts in your mind palace. Put the most useful formulas on a pocket card and read it for 30 seconds before sleep. Review light and often. Teach once a day. That's a plan you can actually live with. And plans you live with beat plans you admire and never use. Names, by the way, are easy when you accept that attention is the whole game. When you hear the name, look at the face like you're taking a picture. Say the name back. Tag 1 feature: hair, glasses, voice, laugh. Build a quick image: Lily with lilies, Mark with a marker, Jason, movie jawline. Use the name once more in a natural line 30 seconds later. Before you part, say it once in your head. If you forget, admit it with warmth and ask again. Play with it. Most people are honored when you try. You're not performing, you're caring enough to remember. There's one last shift that multiplies everything. Choose your battles. Memory is a spotlight, not the sun. Don't try to remember everything. Decide what matters, then go all in. 3 ideas per day, not 30. 1 book you finish, not 5 you skim. 1 language you're actively using, not 3 you're dabbling in. Put the important in front of your eyes on purpose, and your brain will get the message. Minimalism is not aesthetic, it's neurological. Attention is finite. Guard it like a treasure. So what happens next? Do not try to do all of this tomorrow morning. Pick 1 habit and make it tiny. Before you close your eyes tonight, whisper the 3 ideas you want your librarian to keep. Tomorrow, pick 5 English words from this video and give each a picture and a sentence. After your next article or lecture, do 60 seconds of active recall. On the weekend, build your first mind palace with 5 rooms and walk it once a day for a week. Then teach 1 thing you learned to 1 person. That's it. Small levers, enormous movement. Your memory is a craft. You get better by showing up. The system you just learned doesn't belong to geniuses. It belongs to ordinary people who practice. Attention opens the door. Images and stories give it shape. Emotion gives it weight. Spaced repetition gives it time. Night review stamps it. Writing saves it. Active recall tests it. Mind palaces organize it. Teaching reinforces it, protecting bandwidth preserves it, and identity powers it day after day. Do this, and you won't just remember more, you'll remember the right things, at the right time, in the right words. If this resonated with you, use the comments to teach one thing you learned. One sentence, your words. That will lock it in. And if you want more videos that sharpen your mind while sharpening your English, hit subscribe. Here, we don't chase hacks. We build skills. Your mind is ready. Let's make it unforgettable.